What's your business, first off?
Okay, so my business is a social entrepreneurship, which means that I started the business not necessarily for profit, but for social good. Um, so it is not a nonprofit. It's kind of like right there in the middle, a social entrepreneurship called Building Community, and I leave it to be open ended and to see what nonprofits, schools, private entities, local governments, what type of community they want to build. So it's really been exciting that I started this just a handful of years ago, and really with that intent in mind, that I want to be someone that builds relationships within the community with not only organizations but also individuals, diverse individuals that are willing to give voice to community or organizational needs and plans to try to do better for folks in our community, folks within organizations. So really started this social entrepreneurship to hone in on diverse voices and see where that voice could be beneficial in organizations or schools.
What kind of, can you give us an example of the kind of exercises that your business does to accomplish these goals?
There's a lot of times it's focus groups, facilitating conversations among people that might not have the same opinion or the same goals, and allowing each person to share what they want, but help to facilitate it being civil and folks hearing each other's ideas, so that it's not debate, but it's actually kind of dialogue, and know when to break the ice, know when to kind of shift gears in the conversation a little bit, know when to bring allowing other people to share more of what their ideas are. So it's that facilitation piece. Most times it's with dialogue. I have done it through surveys and then conversations. Supporting Cascadia partners with the Flagstaff Regional Plan for 2045 right now. And with that one, it's been facilitating kind of a game. So we're talking about different scenarios with what if we have high growth in the next 20 years? What if we have low growth? What if we stay the same? What if we have lots of money? What if we have no money? What if we have middle of the game or road kind of funds? How would we play that? Where would we put houses? Where would we put jobs? Where would we put office spaces and doctor's office? So literally they're playing with a game board.
I was at one of the workshops last weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I have to say, the green marker, you know, protect this, protect this, protect this. And that was cool because, well, for me, because everybody thought that way, but when you're saying people with different opinions, I thought about that because there was a group of people, I think it was like 5 or 6 people, maybe 7, and there were several different viewpoints. In order to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish at the time, we had to have a dialogue between us.
Yeah. And having just those opinions voiced and having the right spot, because each of us are passionate about certain needs in our community, and having opportunities to give voice to that. And the other reason that I really love having the opportunity to facilitate dialogues, to gather people, to do my best to try to recruit diverse voices for some of the projects that I'm a part of, is the community building that can happen because of that. It's not just folks that are like or similar mindsets that can be in circle together. It's many of us, even if we have different opinions and otherwise, to learn to appreciate someone else's opinion, to hear it, to voice it, and to feel comfortable voicing those differences. I think in the end becomes that strength if people just have that support to facilitate it in the right way, so that there's, the conversations happen, but there's someone there to help sure that they stay civil, that everyone is heard, that diversity of opinions are honored. All of those pieces are exciting pieces to me, to not only have people that are passionate speak to what they are passionate about, but also getting a little bit more comfortable with differences and facilitating how we can hear each other, even if our opinions are very different.
And thinking about that, I think about people who don't speak up because somebody else is controlling the conversation. I'm a talker, and a lot of times I have to check myself to give somebody else a chance to talk, because I can tell that person doesn't speak up for whatever reason, but that person needs to be encouraged, and so I need to shut up so that person can speak. And having a facilitator, a good facilitator sees that too. Okay, that person is not contributing to the conversation. Let's get her involved. And that, that's really important, because like you said, then everybody's voice is heard.
Yep, definitely. I did some work with 1 in 10, which is a LGBTQ youth organization statewide. And one of their kind of like agreements at the beginning of meetings, there's several of them, but one of them is make space, take space. And I'm like you, I can be a talker too. And so I love the idea of that, the make space, take space. If you're the talker, to make some space for other voices to be heard. If you're someone that's usually quiet, push yourself to make sure that you share some pieces of your opinion too. And you're right, it does take kind of just someone to, because to me a facilitator is not necessarily the one to be sharing the ideas. It's to be making sure that all the ideas in the room are expressed.
Exactly.
And when we butt up against differences, that there's some skill there in making sure people feel heard, listened to, understood, but also reminded to be respectful. And I love that doing that facilitation and community building work has so many different aspects. I was at a Chamber of Commerce mixer too, and was sharing about some of the work I do, and I said, well, to boil it down, it's really helping build relationships, whether they're internal relationships, strategic partnerships, or community engagement. And all of those are relationships. And Julie from the Chamber was like, everything every organization does needs support with relationships of one form or another. And so I like that there's an open-endedness to the work that I want to be doing, honing in those voices and building relationships. It takes so many different forms, and I've been really grateful to be able to share my skills and get excited with community groups on behalf of many different organizations.